Today's video, I'm going to cover 3 pros and 3 cons when it comes to living in Sherman Oaks. And be sure, stick all the way through the end because we're going to touch base on price points, things people in the area love to do, and we'll check out a few properties so you can get familiar with the real estate in the area. So for those of you who are new to the channel, my name's Matt, part of the Hernandez team, and if you're thinking about moving to the greater Los Angeles area, check out the description below for all of our contact information. If you want to stay up to date when it comes to living, eating, sleeping, the good and the bad, our team is here to help. We're getting calls and emails from people just like you that want to make their move to the Los Angeles area, and we absolutely love it. So no matter what your time frame is, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'd be happy to make the transition as smooth as possible for you. Now, if you guys don't know specifically where Sherman Oaks is, it's actually on the southernmost point of the San Fernando Valley, pretty much the heart of the valley, right between the 405 and the 101. Now, let's get into the first con. It's a lot bigger than you think. It's actually 9.1 square miles, which for some may take the exclusivity out of Sherman Oaks' appeal, maybe. It doesn't seem to slow down people from moving in and out of the area. The border of Sherman Oaks runs from Coldwater Canyon all the way down to Burbank northbound, and as we approach Hazeltine west, it goes further north towards Sepulveda as we approach. Now, Sepulveda is going to take you southbound to Mulholland, and it's going to end as it reconnects to Coldwater. So that's a little bit about the border. Now, did you know that there's actually a new Sherman Oaks? Yeah, it's a half mile between the 405, Hazeltine, Oxnard, and it's actually called New Sherman Oaks. And in 2009, the Van Nuys residents that lived in the area felt that they were more in common with Sherman Oaks than their own community. So after 2 years of lobbying the boundary, it was actually changed to be part of Sherman Oaks. Now, I'm sure the increase in property value didn't hurt, but Van Nuys, which was once considered a historical part of the valley, has really fallen on some hard times. Some other neighborhoods like Valley Village and Valley Glen have also pulled away, and I hope that one day we see some resources and some time used to revitalize the area. So con number 2 is traffic. Now, Sherman Oaks is located in the better part of the valley. However, traffic is something that you're going to have to deal with on a daily basis. So instead of showing you a map, I'm going to cover a few tips on navigating to make your travels less soul-crushing. If you want to keep your sanity while driving around LA, do your best to stay off the road from 3:30 to 7:30 in the evening, and then again in the morning from 7:30 to 9:30. So I know it's like stating the obvious, but it's a golden rule if you don't want to lose your mind in traffic. If you're heading back from work and you can swing it, why not hit the gym for a bit? Or grab something to eat before you head home. Trust me, cruising on the freeway at 8 p.m. is a breeze compared to bumper-to-bumper crawl traffic at 5 p.m. It's all about outsmarting the traffic and not letting it drain your energy. Plus, it's a good excuse to try that new taco spot that you've been eyeing. And ditch the 405. If you have to absolutely get on, avoid from the hours of 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 7:30. And if you have to get over the hill, use Laurel Canyon to get to Hollywood, and Coldwater, that'll drop you off in Beverly Hills. Heading to South Bay, don't even chance the morning rush or the airport traffic. Take Vista Del Mar, Pershing Drive, and Highland Ave instead of Sepulveda or the 405 to avoid any of that mess. And don't forget about Aviation Boulevard either. It runs parallel to Sepulveda Boulevard, and you can catch it from the 405 and the 105, and it's actually a quarter of the traffic during rush hour. Let's not forget about SIG alerts. They're pretty much lifesavers when you're trying to dodge LA's worst traffic. The CHP sends these out, and they're real MVPs for letting you know when there's a jam up ahead. Now, even though we're all glued to Google Maps and Waze, definitely don't sleep on SIG alerts. Speaking of Waze, I always have it handy, and it will have you going through the side streets like a pro. Yes, I know a lot of you hate the app, and what's up with all those prompts making suicide lefts against traffic ways, seriously. But what's the lesser evil? Traffic that looks like a parking lot, or an app that's literally designed to reduce congestion? I'll take my chances. Next up, number 3 is it's expensive to live here. However, when I looked at the most expensive cities in LA County, Sherman Oaks didn't even rank on the top 50. But some cities that topped the list were Malibu, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Pasadena, Manhattan Beach, San Marino, Brentwood, Pacific Palisades, and the glorious Bel Air. And in general, California is expensive to live. But for the sake of the valley, Sherman Oaks, it's a desirable area, and it can carry a hefty price tag. For those of you with dreams of home ownership, the market here spans a wide range of classic untouched homes, offering cozy 1,100 to 2,200 square feet, and are priced at 1.2 to 1.7 million, with variations depending on interior upgrades and square footage. Now, if your heart is set on something fresh off the construction line, prepare to invest 1.8 to 3 million for something that's sleek, modern, charming farmhouse, elegant Cape Cod style home, all boasting impeccable high-end finishes that are sure to dazzle. Turning to condos and townhomes, the entry point starts at a modest 500,000 and stretches up to $1 million, with the final figure depending on size, amenity, and all those important finishing touches. I go into this a lot more in my living in Sherman Oaks video. I'll go ahead and I'll leave a link for you guys right here to check that out. And if there's something a little specific that you want to know more about before officially moving here, the only way we can help you is you gotta reach out. You gotta give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We're helping families move into the area all the time, and the only way we can make that transition as smooth as possible for you is we gotta connect. And don't forget to like the video if you haven't already done so. It really lets YouTube know that the information is useful. So pro number one is that I love that Sherman Oaks is very diverse. It's great for everybody. Great for families with young children, families with slightly older kids for better opportunity for schooling. It's great for people that just packed up from their small town and decided to hang their hat here. It's also attractive for young adults, offers many things to do, and it's great for young business professionals. Even older people that are in retirement age, homes north of Ventura have flat lot and single family homes. Pro number two, location. Sherman Oaks is the hub of convenience when it comes to navigating LA. It's perfectly situated for getting you to know the city and making the most of the commute. Sherman Oaks, as you know, some nearby freeways is the 101 and the 405, giving you direct access to key locations. Going north, the 405 will connect you to Granada Hills, Northridge, Porter Ranch via the 118, and if you're heading south, the 405 will lead you to the west side, like Westwood, Brentwood, and Bel Air. And if you're Hollywood bound, the 101 will take you to Hollywood as well as some other routes such as Glendale and Burbank. Now, the beach, Encino, Woodland Hills, or Calabasas, the 101 is your path. And if you're up for a drive, Sherman Oaks has several routes that are both functional and scenic, like Coldwater Canyon, Laurel Canyon, Beverly Glen, and Benedict Canyon Drive, as well as Sepulveda. Pro number three is that there's plenty of things to do. If you're considering moving to Sherman Oaks, then you're in for a treat when it comes to lifestyle options. For fitness enthusiasts, you'll find the scene that caters to every preference. Yoga studios, Pilates studios, CrossFit boxes, high-intensity training facilities, and personal training studios are abundant. For foodies, Sherman Oaks doesn't disappoint with over 20 grocery stores, including the fresh and organic selection from the newly built Whole Foods, and yes, there's a Costco for all my buying in bulk fans. And the dining scene is rich with choices, from local staples to Casa Vega to the delightful Italian Oliva, brunch at Blue Jam Cafe, and cozy Marmalade. And let's not forget to mention the diverse array of sushi, Chinese food, Mexican, and Italian eateries all over. And for nightlife, about 50 bars dot the area, each offering a distinct atmosphere. Check out the Woodman, Tipsy Cow, Local Peasant, and Mr. Furley's. Karaoke bars like the Barrel and the Oaks Tavern are perfect for a night out of singing and entertainment. And for moviegoers and shoppers, the Sherman Oaks Galleria is your go-to for shopping sprees, dining, entertainment, featuring spots like Ben & Jerry's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and P.F. Chang's. Looking for some fun? Sherman Oaks Castle Park offers batting cages, mini golf, arcades, as well as Ultra Zone laser tag is a short drive away. For my outdoor lovers, Sherman Oaks Recreation Park is a hub for sports and activities offering baseball, tennis, martial arts, basketball, volleyball, and a lot more. The center is equipped with baseball diamonds, basketball courts, children's play areas, and picnic tables. Now, as promised, let's go tour a couple of properties that Sherman Oaks has to offer. So we just got to our first place here in Sherman Oaks. We are going to be off of Hazeltine and Magnolia, and I can already kind of tell, as you guys can see here, I'm not really a fan of this location. It's right off of Hazeltine, which is going to be one of our main streets right here, and you're going to get a lot of that road noise coming up, and this is why I'm kind of doing these things, so I can show you a little bit of what I like, what to avoid, and things like that. So let's go ahead and go on in. As you can see right here, this is going to be the front entrance to the house. Let's go ahead, let's go on in. Alright, so here's the front entrance of the house. Really nice, well manicured lawn. Goes to the side there as well.
see what the rest of the house has to offer.
Okay, nice pan from the living room to the open concept kitchen. You'll see that it has white countertops throughout, brand new range right there, brand new fridge as well, and nice open concept. Here's another angle of it right here. Open concept living room, and here's the master, really spacious recessed lighting. You have a beautiful walk-in closet with plenty of room for everything. Another pan of the master bedroom as well. And we'll go ahead transition into the bath. Here you have a combo with a tub, shower, his and her sinks. Here's a shot of the second bedroom right here. Hallway into the guest bathroom, his and her sinks, really beautifully done. Here's another bedroom that's used as an office, and another shot of a third bedroom, a little tight for this one. Backyard with a pool. So we just finished up here on the first house in Sherman Oaks, and I wanted to go over a couple pros, couple cons. Number one con is I do not like that it is off the main street here, and that's kind of why we're doing this, so you can get an idea of the layout, so you can see what our streets look like, and potentially we don't waste time looking at homes like this. Con number two is I liked that it was new and redeveloped, but it was a little too new and redeveloped. I'm not really a big fan of that open concept. It just feels like a big box to me. Con number two is it's pricey. I think $2 million for the house is a little too expensive. That's probably why they're sitting on the market 80 days. Pro, I did like the master bedroom. I did like that it was tucked away across on the other side of the room for privacy purposes. I did like that the other bedrooms were on the other side of the house. It was kind of a low maintenance kind of house. It just had the basic lawn in the front and a very low maintenance pool with no trees above, because pool guys can be a little expensive. So those were a couple of my thoughts on that house. On to the next one. So we just got here to property number 2 in Sherman Oaks. This is going to be in the Magnolia Woods kind of little neighborhood. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath home, a little under 2,000 square feet. This one's just listed at $1.4 million right here. Listed by my good friend Elle Jones. Shout out to her. And I like this one. This one's a little bit more traditional kind of style home. Year built is going to be 1956. So let's see what 1.4 gets you. So when you first walked into this one, it felt really warm and inviting. As we enter here, you're initially greeted with this living room, dine, and a step-down family room over there to the left. Here's a shot of the kitchen. Needed a little bit of updating, but it was really nice, and that wrapped into this bedroom right here. Across the hall was bedroom number 2 with the light blue paint. Really nicely done here. I'm not sure if they live like this or if they had stagers come in, but it was really nice. You can see it had hardwood original floor throughout the whole property, and that led you right into guest bedroom number 2, his and her sinks. Further down the hall, you can see that there was a third bedroom right here, and that led into the master. The master felt very spacious, and it had those French doors right there, closets on the left and the right, and it had a bathroom as we approach right here. You can see there's a little small kind of quarter sink there with a stand-up shower stall right there. And as we reverse out of here, you'll see the French doors, as I mentioned, jacuzzi tub to the left, and as we'll pan over throughout the pool, really nice.
Okay, so we are just walking out of this house right here in Sherman Oaks, and I have to say I really do enjoy this one quite a lot more than I did the previous one that we just saw with all the amenities and all the things like that. This one had original hardwood flooring. It did need some work as far as updating countertops and things like that, but for me that would be something that's okay because I could do those upgrades at a later point to my taste. Overall, the bone structure of the house was good. I liked the flow. It was spacious. It had kind of the things that I would look for as far as having different rooms and having different areas to be. It had a pool. I think this one was a great area, and as you can see, it's a really nice tree-lined street, quiet, just overall a better area. There is a school. I don't know if you can see kind of at the end of the street there, but that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. It's quite in the middle of this street, so I think this one is great. This one was on Saloma right here in Sherman Oaks, so put a thumbs up for this one if you're thinking about relocating to this area. Last stop on today's tour, and it's going to be that one right there on the end of the cul-de-sac. We're actually up here in the hills of Sherman Oaks, and this is going to be an interesting house. This is actually a mid-century modern, built in the 50s by an architect named Young Woo, and let's see what it has in store for us. Fortunately, they didn't want me in there with the camera. Bummer for them, but especially bummer for you guys. It was actually a 3-bed, 2-bath home, a little under 1,800 square feet, listed at $2.4 million. Now, I don't know if any of the usable lot space is there for like any type of yard or anything like that. Typically, homes on the hillside here don't really have much, so they may not necessarily fit a traditional family. I don't know with this one. It didn't have a garage, as you can tell from when we walked up. So if a two-car garage was something that you were interested in, this one may not be for you. So hey guys, if you're finding this information useful, do me a favor right now. Smash that like button. Let YouTube know that you're finding some of this content useful, and let's get back to the video.
All right, welcome back to the studio. So today we were checking out Sherman Oaks, but if that's not your style, it's not your jam, maybe it's not close to where you want to work, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you find the ideal location. But the only way we can do that though is you gotta reach out. You gotta give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. You know that we have your back when it comes to moving to the LA area. Now you're gonna see a bunch of other videos pop up. Start clicking on those, learn everything you need to know, and we'll see you on the next video.